Boy, I have been reading some ass NBA takes lately. A lot of them involve LeBron and Steph. Man, dude, if there's one fucking thing that I hate about the discourse surrounding Curry, it's the goddamn finals MVP stuff. Cause I'm like, I hate the idea that because he didn't win that somehow that just takes away from his legacy. That it just somehow doesn't count for him. It's the stupidest take known to man. Dude, I saw a list. It was like the 10, like, quote unquote easiest championships. And I swear to God, the top 6 were all of Jordan's rings. And then like 3 of them were Steph's. And I'm like, gee, I wonder who this guy's a fan of. I saw one, like 2022 was like number 8. Number 8 easiest championship. So the 2022 one out of all of them gets me. Cause like Steph encapsulated it so perfectly after they won that championship when he said, what they gonna say now? Right? What they gonna say now? Because it was always about like, oh, you didn't win finals MVP. Oh, you had to go get KD. You're never gonna win another ring. Something like that. And then he up and does it again in 2022 as by far and away the best player. Clay off of 2 years. And it's like, okay, he had an all-star, I guess, with Andrew Wiggins. So it's like, well, what's the excuse now? You didn't have anyone hurt in the finals. And I read it, and it was like, what the asterisk was for it. And it said, like, the path was easy because of injuries. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? Let's actually think about this for a second, okay? Who were the injured people, okay? Because there were no injuries in Boston, and there were no injuries, I'm pretty sure, in the Mavericks series. So that just leaves Memphis and Denver. Denver I will give you because MPJ and Jamal Murray were out. But neither of those two were all-stars. And I don't know, like, you play who's in front of you. They were a 6 seed, right? Okay? Could be worse. You could lose to a 6 seed with no injuries. Like how Denver lost this year. Weird, right? So then, as far as Memphis goes, Memphis was a number 2 seed. So, better regular season. It's not like a trash team, right? And then the only injury that there really was Ja, who went down in game 3, who, by the way, the Grizzlies played better that season without Ja. They were like 20-3 at the end of the season without Ja Morant. And the game that he went down, the Warriors were already winning by like 30. And in game 5, they won by like, what, 40 something? So it's like, they're like, okay, so you're saying Ja Morant, Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter Jr. That's it. That's your asterisk of what the 8th easiest championship ever is? You kidding me? And then as far as the finals MVP thing is, one of the things that I also always see when it comes to Steph, because it's like, there's no defending the KD years, okay? The only thing that I will say about the KD years is that 2018, Steph absolutely should have won finals MVP. Because I don't know the exact stats, but I think he actually averaged more points than Kevin Durant. But also, like, in game 2, he had Steph had a finals record for most threes in a finals game. Closed that game out by going 5 for 5 from 3. He dropped like 37 in game 4, like close out the series with an insane performance. And he just had like a kind of mid game 3, and that's why they gave it to Kevin Durant. It was so stupid. I have no idea why. Like, even, and this isn't like revisionist either. People at the time were saying that about like, why the hell did Steph not get it this time? 2017, I will give you, because KD averaged like 35 points on like 60% shooting. So it's like, fine, here. But also, it's like, it is finals MVP, okay? It is finals MVP. It is only that series, okay? So you're only taking it from one series out of the entire playoffs plus regular season, okay? Who, during that whole 5-year span of when they were going to the finals, back to back to back to back, when all of that was happening, who was leading them the whole time? Was it Kevin Durant? No, it was Steph. Look at MVP voting. Look at All-Star voting. Look at literally every metric possible. And it's like, dude, it is so obviously Steph Curry is the best player on that team for 5 years in a row in that championship window that they had then. And then when it comes to 2015, okay, I'm not going to talk about Iguodala because everyone already knows that Iguodala did not deserve to win that. So it's like, okay, so if even the guy who won it admits that he shouldn't have got it, then the finals MVP thing shouldn't even be a discussion, right? Because it's like you're just talking about like what's in your cabinet, right? And not what you actually accomplished, not what your actual like skill produced. But the thing that I keep saying is that the Cavs would have won 2015 if Kyrie wasn't hurt. Now listen. Do I think that there is a possibility that the Cavs could have won had Kyrie not gotten hurt? Absolutely. Right? You'd be stupid not to say so. They had a chance. Sure. What I'm talking about is this absolutist idea that they were pretty much the Cavs were guaranteed to win 2015 if they had Kyrie. And I'm sorry, I just can't buy that. Did they have a chance? Sure. But I think, this isn't just me being a Warriors fan either. I think the Warriors still win, regardless if they have Kyrie. Because it's so stupid the way that people try and argue about this, because they're just like, oh, well, they won in 2016, so surely if they had Kyrie then, they would have won that. It's like, that's not how it works at all, right? This isn't fucking Pokemon, where it's like, oh, grass type beats this and such. It's like, no. That's not how it works at all. It is different years, different circumstances. These players develop in different ways. There's different coaching schemes. They have more experience on their back. It's completely different, okay? So you cannot just... and by the way, 2016, in terms of like how the Cavs won, let's not act like they were the favorites to win that, right? They were very clearly the underdogs for a reason, okay? So when you repeat that, if you were to do it again, run it back... that does not guarantee that they're going to win again. That's not how percentages work. If you gave the Warriors a 80% chance to win, but the Cavs won, that doesn't mean the percentage was wrong. That just means the 20% that they would have lost happened, that's still possible. So when it came to 2015, here's where I'll actually get into it, okay? 2015, you have to say that Kyrie Irving would have won them 2 games because 2015, they won in 6, right? And here's where I have my discrepancy with it because games 4 through 6, after Steve Kerr made the adjustment to put Iguodala onto LeBron, the Warriors fucking destroyed them. Every single one of those games was pretty much a blowout, right? They pretty thoroughly destroyed the Cavs in each of those 3 games, 4, 5, and 6. So what exactly was Kyrie going to do, right? Put up maybe a couple more points. Like, he would have taken shots away from some of the other Cavs role players, right? But like, let's think about this for a second, okay? If Kyrie was healthy for that entire series, what happens? I think Cavs still go up 2-1, right? Because first game goes to overtime, so does the second game. And I think Cavs still win one of those, right? And then they win game 3 back at home. Game 4, Steve Kerr makes an adjustment. Because of course he does. He's at the time, right? I think he won Coach of the Year that year. He's going to make an adjustment the same way that he did with LeBron, right? If he does it with LeBron, why would he not do it with Kyrie, right? He's going to put Klay Thompson on Kyrie and like have Draymond anchor the 5 and then have Steph come out on help defense or something like that. They're going to, not shut down Kyrie, but they're going to have a scheme against him. It's not just like, oh, you plug him in and instantly the Cavs have an extra 20 points a game. That's not how it works. That's not how sports works at all. It's possible that there's actually a reality where if Kyrie actually did play, the Warriors actually win in, 5. Oh my God. I hate any sort of discourse about any player where they take away from the legacy of Steph Curry, because it's like we're not even watching like the same sport anymore. I don't know who it was Kevin Durant. It was Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was on like some fucking podcast or something, and they asked him like who was like the better point guard that you played with, or something along those lines, and it was like, okay, it's either Russ or it's Steph. And this guy said it's 50-50 split. And he was like listing all the positives that Russ had or whatever. And people in the comments were like genuine, oh yeah, of course it's Russ. You know, Steph just had a better career, but Russ is the more skilled player. Are we watching the same games? Are you kidding me? You don't accidentally win 4 championships. Like, if you replaced Steph Curry with Russell Westbrook on those championship teams, they don't win 4. Like, Russell Westbrook literally had Kevin Durant as his teammate, and Steph beat them. What are we doing? And then anytime anyone talks about LeBron, it's always, you know what's actually funny? Hypocrite alert. So when it comes to LeBron, they always want to diminish Jordan's accomplishments, right? By saying, oh, he played in like a weak era. His finals opponents weren't all that bad. He didn't have to go against super teams or whatever. I'm like, what fucking super teams are you talking about, huh? All LeBron fans? What matchups did he have to go against? Oh, Steph Curry? Oh, so now you want to glaze Steph Curry. Now all of a sudden Steph is like one of the best players of all time, but not when it actually comes to being like, hey, Steph Curry is one of the best players of all time. No, he isn't. He doesn't have any finals MVPs. Okay, so maybe LeBron didn't have the best competition and he still lost. Well, no, actually, because they had Hall of Famers and all-star teammates. Pick one. Ugh. Sorry. Like sometimes I just have to get all that out. You know why this is all being brought up? Because fucking, of course, the Lakers win their goddamn round 1, right? And I see nothing. I see so much about like, why can't we cover like, hey, Detroit came back 3-1. Philadelphia came back 3-1 against Boston. That should be the main headline, right? But no, it's going to be about fucking LeBron James again. Oh my God, he's 41 and he was the best player on the court. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, who did he beat? Huh? That's the question no one ever wants to ask, because they always say, oh, Jordan never did this at 41. Kobe never did this at 41. It was like... And I'm just like, oh my God, because they're like, Jordan never won without Pippen, Kobe never won without Shaq or Powell, Steph never won without Draymond and Clay, which, like, okay, but I'm always like, dude, you do not get credit for ditching your team, for one. But then I'm also like, who did LeBron James beat in round 1 just now? Let's not act like LeBron James beat, you know, the Nuggets over here, like an MVP caliber team. No, it beat a 5-seeded Rockets team without their best player for 5 out of the 6 games. And a team, I might add, that's not only young, but has pretty much had their morale squandered by Kevin Durant's burner account on Twitter. We will see how this fucking god amongst men named LeBron James actually fares against a real team, because I've been saying this the whole season with the Lakers, is that, dude, when they actually play a real team, they get destroyed. So let's actually see what happens when they face a real contender and not just like, you know, some scrubs. Like the Houston Rockets, especially without Kevin Durant, one of the most sorry, pathetic offenses I've ever seen in my life. So they can't even exploit LeBron James's weakness at this age, which is his defense. What exactly was LeBron's matchup in those games anyway? Şengün? Oh yeah, Şengün, masterclass defender. Tori Easom, like